Right, good morning everyone. Now, I've got a kit here. It is on the shop. If you want it, grab it. There's quite a bit in it. I've got this to go through and some papers and whatnot. So these are the, you'll get this jar so you can alter the jar. It is only one of those paste jars. But these are the crystals that will be in it and beaded things. So I'm just going to share them with you. Now, I put in some fancy crystals. These are beautiful. They look nice on stick pins. And that's like a rich green. Black, amber. And then you've got this one, which is purples and gold. A nice long bead. I'm going to try and fit these back in. I have put in one of our pendants. Oops. You have 3 of these. These are only acrylic, these 3. Oh, and I've just put the ladies' diary papers up, so go and have a look. There's 4 sets only. Read the message that I put in the description box, and nab them while you can. If you miss out, you miss out, but they're not selling the ladies' diary anymore, so try not to miss out. One of those. These are 2 shanks for you to do your necklace with. You just undo them, prise them apart. They're quite firm, so you'd have to use pliers. But you can do 2 necklaces with that. Now, we've got some bling bling. This one can hang. It's like a charm. It's a vintage one, actually. And then that one. Then we've got that. Oh! That one. Like, they've got holes in, so you can attach them to something. Then we've 3 of those. And I have a lot of these because they came off some really nice jewellery, and they are nice. I use them a lot in my projects. Selection of beads. Let's have a look at these. Oh, and you've got the diamante one, the metal one, some of these. Some have got attachments on, and you can take them off. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we've got some of those. Let's show that goes in. There's a beautiful crystal bead. Big one. We've got several... Oh, there's some more beads here. I didn't see those. There's a heart. And it is crystal. A beautiful crystal bead there. Just trying to give you a selection of nice crystal. There's one on a little hoop. Look, so you can hang that off a bracelet or something. Again, that's a glass one. 3 little bells, miniature bells. That's another black one that can be hung. Crystal. Beautiful little flower. Loved this one. I just love the shape of the pearl. I almost kept it and I thought, no, let it go. You don't need it. You've got plenty. I've got loads. Some more crystals. Another crystal bead. That's only an acrylic one. And that's an acrylic one. But that is acrylic, a crystal heart. It's gorgeous. Look at it. And now, how did I get this lot in there? I don't know how I got this lot in there. I don't know how I did it. Couple of those. So you've got your pearl, your crystal and your flower. Tiny wee owl. Look at that. Some more button. No, another crystal bead. A glass bead. Oh, there's the other one. There was 2 of those. Got to shake it to fit them in. Gorgeous. Look at that. Like that. Another one. Beautiful colours. The AB colours. And then that one's the petrels. You know, like if you poured petrol over water. They're just gorgeous. Nice blue one. Again, another one, look at that, gorgeous. And the holes here. The heart one. And then finally, that one, beautiful. They're just gorgeous. So, that is the crystals. Full jar, full of those. And go through the papers, and we've got these. Like I say, it's on the shop now. I will be doing more, and I said I will be going through all my things because I've way too much and it's getting overcrowded. And to be quite honest, it does me head in. Right, so these are the cards. This that are in this set. And there's those, and you've got remember, treasure, laugh, fun, play, games, family, and you've got a couple of playing cards, a ticket, and saw. So that's the cards in this lot, so good for a scrapbooker. And then this. Now, what I've done is I've just gone through my drawers. I mean, you know, I've got loads of drawers here. They're full of all sorts. I'm just going to be making kits up because I really and truly don't need them anymore. So you've two of those. Those are the metal frames. And each one will be different. You've got one of those. Then there's an earring with a gorgeous pattern to it. You've got a handmade pendant there, made out of a piece of wood, eggshell, and then some cogs, and I've made it into a pendant. We've got just bits. Oh, there's another one. Now, there's one of those without the handle, but I don't waste them. They look nice as the centre of something. Paint them gold or and then put rub and buff over them or whatever you want to do. They look great, and I won't waste them. And they are included. Now, book rings. Let's have a look. We've got that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. A little flower pendant. Put some pearls in. Now, they're on wire, and I've kept them in because you might want to use the pearl instead of having the wire. So you just snip the wire. But they were just spare. To be honest, I've got loads of them. That is only an acrylic bow, but buckle, you know, or yeah, buckle I think they're called. Little pink, sorry, butterfly, a dice. Just put a good collection. A hat, metal hat, like a bee of some sort, music note, clock, little frame, another handmade one. But if you don't want this, then you could prize that off, take this out and use the... Just whatever you want to do. Now, I have included this because I don't need it. I won't ever use it. The only problem is, with it, when it came, it was in two. It was in a box of stuff from a car boot. And I didn't want to waste it, so I glued it together. But then I thought, well, it's on the neckline. But it still can be used on a card or something. So... You know, the reason why I'm doing the video is you know what you're getting. And that's the only thing that had broken. The only thing. But you can't tell. Beads. Well, let's just go through these. We've got that angel. Bits and bobs. And like I say, you've got... Let me just look at the beads. Oh, book ring. Like a key ring thing. I love metal beads, and I've included... Oh, look, and that. I've included several for you to play around with. There's another one. Where's another one? It's got a cameo on it. A acrylic butterfly, feather. Oh look, and that. One of those. And then just, oh, there's another one, like a little bobbly bit. I usually hang those from stick pins. And then an array of little bits and teapots, scissors, hourglass. Those we sold in the shop. Shoe, hat. And then you've got 6 of these which go on stick pins. The little wings. So you've got a nice little collection there. And yeah, you know, plenty to play around with. And it's on the shop right now. So go grab it while you can. Now, I'm not sure how many people think, because I've had a letter. I get letters all the time. I get hundreds a day, but I had a letter off a lady who showed quite a bit of concern over charges for certain items in my shop. And I had to explain to her, right, this is what people don't understand. And I'm forever having to explain myself. But, again, we'll go through it. Now, if you buy a product from anyone, you have the VAT to pay, you have the tax to pay, or it's included in the price. It depends on who does the selling. So within the prices that I have to charge, and I'm not as expensive as anybody else, I'm really quite good quality, but I call it cheap as chips. I have VAT to pay, or tax to pay, or I have PayPal to pay because everything goes through PayPal. I have the bank to pay because I'm a business and I'm a registered legal business, so we get charged with a business account. Envelopes, the bags we put stuff in, the packaging, everything is charged, and I have to incorporate that into something before I even charge for the item. So I do it as cheap as possible, and that's the only way I can explain it, you know. So I mean, if I would, let's just say for argument's sake, I was to sell that all crystals, a jar like that for £3.50, which that's what I charge for that, because they're really good quality crystals. It's not cheap crap, it is good quality gems and crystals. So if I sold that, so all right, I paid for the jar in the first place, obviously, because I bought a jar of paste. But if I just said 5p for the jar and then added all the bits up for them, which I had to buy in, I still have to pay all the charges on them. And then to sell that, I get charged by PayPal for using PayPal in the first place, which is the easiest thing to use. And then the bank, when the money comes in, then the bank charge me for using a business account to sell it in the first place. And it kind of like, I start off with £3.50, and by the time you finish, you're going right down and you get a couple of quid. But then pay for the products themselves, goes down and down and down, you know, and I might make a £1.50 for charging £3.50, and people don't realise it. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration. I'd probably make a couple of pound on everything, you know, if I sold that. The point is there's so much money goes out of it before I get it, sort of thing. So I'm sorry if it's upsetting people. I can't give it away because I have to pay for it in the first place. If I could, believe me, I would, because I'm that sort of person. So I'm just trying to explain to you. Everything has to be bought in the first place. Everybody wants a cut of it before it reaches you. That's the only way I can explain it. And that's one of the reasons why I keep mine as cheap as possible. As long as I make back what I've paid and a little bit on top to enable me to buy a little bit more each and every time I make a sale. And then the tutorials come along, and that's, see, everything you buy, like I've had to buy these for tutorials. So the money has to come from somewhere. And, you know, when I sell a product, should I say, I will incorporate a little bit, depending how much I've used of that particular item, in the price, because you have to. It's business. And a lot of people are, I don't know. A lot of people are not realising business is business, and you can't run it and not make anything on it because it's not worth you doing it. And most people own a business to make a killing. We own a business to help the customer because we know crafting can be expensive, and that's the only reason why I do it. Is to bring to you as many of my people, you know, I've got, what, 108,000 followers at the moment. So as many of you that come and follow me, if you want to buy the products I'm using in a project, I have to provide, well, I don't have to, but I do provide them if I can. And in order for me to do that, I have to buy them in, and then I have to sell them on. And it's a circle. It goes round and round and round. And the only people that lose out are the sellers, because all the other ones are making a living off and not doing no, just providing you with a service, you know, not you, me. Like PayPal. I mean, PayPal's not that cheap. If I were on eBay, I came off of eBay because their charges were enormous. I had an Etsy shop, remember, before we had this one, and Etsy was way too much, for somebody like me who's not doing it to make a killing. For people who are charging a killing and they've got customers that will pay that, that's fine for them, but it wasn't good enough for me because it was eating up the profit that was stopping me from expanding, if you know what I mean. Because what bit of profit I get, I plough it straight back in. Always have, always will. And no, it does pay for itself, but, you know, it gets ploughed straight back in, you know, if I only made flowers, I wouldn't buy as much as what I have. But because I do a genre, a wide genre of tutorials, then you have to have the stuff in to do it with. So one month I'll buy something in to be able to craft and do something different, and the next month I'll plough it back into the business. It's how I work. And I'm really sorry if people can't understand that everything has a price, and having a business is not easy, and it's a hefty price to pay to make it work. Now, I've been going 11 years. But if I would have been charging what the high streets are charging and things like that, I wouldn't be here because I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to make the sales to cover it, you know. I mean, we got that unit. Do you remember? We bought the unit. We hired the unit and moved out of the house when we were in the bungalow. We moved out of there into the unit with the shop, and it was brilliant, absolutely amazing. But slowly but surely he put his prices up, the rents up, the electric went up, charges, it was charging us for this, that and the other, the things we weren't using, like car parking. I don't drive, so and it just ate away, and it went like that. So we get to that level, and I thought, no, I'm not going under, but I'm going to take it out of there and come back up. So we spent 2 years in that unit, and I had a 3-year contract, and it wasn't easy to get out of it. I'll tell you that now. It wasn't. But 12 companies including mine, left that unit on the same day. We all left together because we all stood up to him and told him he can naff with his charges. And he wasn't willing to back down. And he went, we can replace you. And we went, well, that's it then. And we all left, 12 of us, 12 different companies. So, you know, it was a success. The business was a success in the beginning when we went in there, because that's why we went in there. It was getting too busy, couldn't do it at home and things like that. And then that happening, you know, with them charging and charging and charging, it just wasn't sustainable. So my choice was go under or go out, and I just left. And then I've had to kind of like build it back up again, which has taken another couple of years, and it's been hard work, long hours, but it's getting back to where it should be, and I'm grateful for that. But I couldn't do any of this without your support. So when I, you know, put at the end of my videos, I mean, I've even had somebody putting at the, moaning about, I can't say moaning, because if they've got a valid, when I say valid, to them it's valid. Why do I always have to put on at the end of my videos, don't forget to drop by the shop? We all know you've got a shop, Fiona. And I'm sorry, but I don't advertise flyers. I don't advertise in the newspapers, magazines, things like that. The only way I can advertise that I sell craft materials is by doing it on my website when I'm doing videos. So, tough. Sorry, but how else am I supposed to advertise? How else am I supposed to remind people and get things out there? But if you don't like it, don't shop there. I mean, I know some don't. Some have gone. But there you go. They only went because they thought things were cheaper and what's it, and then realised. Actually, I've had people who's come back and said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It was, well, we know it was done purposely to try and make me go under. It didn't work though. So it's not easy. It's not easy being popular, and it's not easy being a business. So I just hope you understand. And you know, we're back on track and we're up and running and enjoying everything. And I'll say it again, drop by the store, please. Don't forget, just nip in and have a look. There might be something there you haven't seen, something you might want. But every time a purchase is made, it's helping me carry on. And that's where I thank you all for the support. And I know some of my customers have been with me from day one. Like I say, I've been here 11 years now. And I thank you. Don't have to be a customer to support. You have to come and watch the videos. And I appreciate that so much. Because what I put out, they pass on. And that's my goal. And so thank you very much. I really do appreciate all people that come along, watch the videos, and all those that are able to shop in the shop. I really do appreciate it. Drop by the shop.